Hi, my name is Thomas Gallagher and I'm a senior. When Father McGinn asked me to give this speech, I immediately said yes, without hesitation. I was excited to give this speech, but while writing this, I realized how hard it is to write a speech about a special person in your life. As these 5 years have slipped by, I have become more aware of what really is important in my life. It's not the grades or the winning record, it's the love and support from my family, from my mom, my dad, my 2 sisters, my grandparents, and my aunts and uncles. But in particular, I am standing here to talk about my dad, Ricky Gallagher, and what he means to me. My dad graduated here at Jesuit in the class of 1986, so it seemed like a given that I would come here. The day I was born at Baptist Hospital, my dad actually calculated quickly what year I would graduate high school, hopefully, from Jesuit, class of 2015. But I was born with auditory processing disorder. Auditory processing disorder is when there is a gap between what my ear hears and what my brain hears. I do not process sound the same way as other people, which affects my speech and my ability to understand people. Because of my auditory processing disorder, my parents wonder if Jesuit was the right school for me. Maybe another school with accommodations or easier curriculum would have suited me better. But I had no doubt that I would attend Jesuit. Jesuit is in my blood. I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else. I attended the Jesuit bazaars and football games at a young age. Father McGinn even baptized me in the small chapel on the 2nd floor. I vividly remember the day I received my acceptance letter to Jesuit. I nervously opened it in the kitchen with my parents standing next to me. I read out loud, "Dare Blue Jay." I looked up and saw my dad with tears in his eyes. Now, here we are 5 years later. I was determined to work hard and succeed. Although these past 5 years have been a challenge for me academically, I've experienced the best 5 years of my life. My dad always helped me however he could, whether it was helping me with Latin in 8th grade, or if it was helping me with an algebra problem, or if it was just staying out with me to keep me company during the long nights of studying. My dad went out of his way to help me. My dad went out of his way to help me. School was hard, but I have learned much more through my role model, like my dad. My dad encouraged me with anything I wanted to try. He wasn't as worried about the results as much as the work ethics. My dad pushed me to have strong work ethics, even if I don't always get the results I want. It took me a long time to realize that. Sometimes in life, you may work the butt off and not get the results you desire, and that is okay. We don't always get what we want, but it's good to always work the hardest. Eventually, you will reach the goals. My dad set a good example for me by never giving up on anything. Some people may call this hard-headedness, but I call this determination. From my dad, I learned to be the man I am today. Ever since I was little, my dad taught me to always be there for others and to treat everyone with respect. I will always remember his little sayings about life he gives me randomly during the day. Whenever I'm having trouble with anything, I know I can go to my dad to help me through it or just to cheer me up. Some of the best memories I have with my dad are on our road trips. Whether or not we are going to Disney World to see my sisters compete and cheer, or if it's just to visit a college, they are always exciting and filled with fun. My dad and I love music, and on our road trips we listen to everything. We like similar stuff, so it's pretty easy to pick what we listen to, and just rock out with the volume all the way up. This is great, but the best part of the road trips are our conversations. My dad and I both like to talk, so on our adventures, we will talk about anything. We could talk about the Saints 1 minute, then have a deep conversation about the future and our goals the next. It's these times that I cherish and I will miss next year when I go off to college. My dad has shared my triumphs and failures. My failures have made me stronger and a better person, and knowing that my dad always has my back is reassuring. There aren't enough words in the world to say what my dad means to me. Not only is my dad my father, but he is also my role model and one of my best friends. Thank you, Dad, for loving me unconditionally. I love you.